Good morning, everyone. Today's our topic is thermochemistry, in which we study about enthalpy of formation. First of all, we should know about what is thermochemistry. It is well known that many chemical reactions are accompanied by evolution or absorption of heat. This branch of physical chemistry deals with the study of heat changes accompanying a chemical reaction is described as thermochemistry. The energy given out during a chemical change generally appears in the form of heat, while that which is absorbed may be in the form of thermal, electrical, or photoenergy. The amount of energy evolved or absorbed during a chemical change is the same for the same quantities of the reaction substances. And what is the thermochemical equation? An equation which represents both the chemical change and energy change in a process is termed as thermochemical equation. After that, what is heat of reaction? If a chemical reaction is accompanied by evolution of heat, it is said to be exothermic, and if it is accompanied by absorption of heat, it is said to be endothermic. The amount of heat evolved or absorbed during a chemical reaction is called the heat of reaction. In the definition of enthalpy, we have already mentioned that there is always a definite enthalpy change designated as delta H whenever a system undergoes a change of state or a chemical reaction. Let us consider a chemical system having two reactants A and B in the initial stage. Suppose it undergoes a chemical reaction at a constant temperature and pressure, forming the products C and D. Suppose H1 is the enthalpy of the system in the initial state and H2 is the enthalpy in the final state at the same temperature and pressure. Then delta H will be equal to H2 minus H1. Thus, the heat of reaction at a given temperature and pressure is the difference between the heat content of the products and the reactants when the number of gram molecules of substances indicated by the chemical reaction have undergone complete reaction. Mathematically, it may be put as delta H equals to heat content of the products minus heat contents of the reactants, or we can say heat contents of 1 mole of C and 1 mole of D minus heat content of mole of A and 1 mole of B. Delta H is positive for endothermic reactions and negative for exothermic reaction. For example, the thermochemical equation in which 2 moles of hydrogen react with 1 mole of oxygen and gives 2 mole of water. In this chemical reaction, the enthalpy change is minus 68.3 kilocalorie, indicates that the heat content of the system decreases by 68.3 kilocalorie if 2 gram mole of gaseous hydrogen combines with 1 mole of gaseous oxygen to yield 2 gram mole of liquid water. Another example is solid carbon when react with solid sulfur, it gives gaseous carbon disulfide, which indicate that 1 gram mole of carbon reacts with 2 gram mole of sulfur to produce 1 gram mole of liquid carbon disulfide with the increase of heat content by 19.8 kilocalorie. The positive sign of delta H is here shows the increase of heat content. Next one, the heat of reaction at constant volume. When a reaction is being carried out at constant volume, the heat change is called the heat of reaction at constant volume, and heat of reaction at constant pressure, which is denoted by delta H. When pressure is kept constant throughout the reaction, the heat change is then termed as heat of reaction at constant pressure. And what is the relationship between delta H and delta E? That is the change in enthalpy and the change in internal energy. In the case of reactions involving solids, liquids, the difference between delta H and delta E is almost negligible. On the other hand, delta H may not be equal to delta E in reactions which involve gases. Let us consider the following reaction in which 2 moles of gaseous ammonia react with 2 mole of gaseous ammonia gives 1 mole of gaseous nitrogen and 3 moles of gaseous hydrogen. And other reaction, 2 moles of gaseous hydrogen when reacts with 2 moles of gaseous oxygen gives 1 mole of gaseous water molecule. When these reactions occur at constant volume, no work will be done by on the system, as there is neither expansion nor compression. However, if the reactions are carried out at constant pressure, then the work will be performed by the system in the first case, as there is an increase in volume, because 2 moles of ammonia gives 4 moles of nitrogen and hydrogen. In the second case, the work will be performed upon the system as there is a decrease in volume. 3 moles of hydrogen and oxygen gives 2 mole of water. Heat of reaction at constant volume, delta E, will be more than heat of reaction at constant pressure, delta H, when contraction takes place during the course of reaction, whereas delta E will be less than delta H if expansion takes place during the course of reaction. Let us consider the following gaseous reaction in which n moles of gaseous reactant A and B gives n moles of gaseous product C and D. V1, V2 are the volume of gaseous reactant and gaseous products respectively, and P is the external pressure of the gas. Temperature T denotes the temperature of the system on absolute scale. For an ideal gas, PV is equals to nRT, because PV1 will be equal to N1RT and PV2 will be equal to N2RT. Now, work done by the gas in expansion or compression from volume V1 to V2 in the reaction is given by W is equals to pressure into change in volume, and finally we get W is equals to delta N, that is the change in moles of gas, multiplied by RT. Thus the heat of reaction at constant pressure is given by delta H, which is equals to heat of reaction at constant volume plus work done by or work done on the gas during change of volume V1 to V2 will be finally equals to represents as delta H is equals to delta E plus 2 del N T. R is gas constant, which will be equal to 2 calorie per mole per degree. In case 1, when N2 is greater than, what are the conclusions? Case 1, when N2 is greater than N1, then del N is positive. Therefore, delta H will be greater than delta E. And case 1, when N2 is smaller than N1, del N is negative. Therefore, delta H is smaller than delta E. And in case 3, where there is no change in volume, N2 will be equal to N1, and therefore delta N will be equals to 0 and delta H will be equals to delta E. So, the heat of reaction is finished here. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.